What did you think about the fight?
I beat him. Everybody out there know I beat him.
Hello. This is really odd to hear. It seemed pretty clear-cut and everyone was shocked alongside a little disappointed when they heard Broner say, "I beat him." But not just that. The vigor with which he proclaimed victory had made it all the more disappointing.
What did you think about the fight?
I beat him. Everybody out there know I beat him. Everybody out there know I beat him.
Even the overall report, where Pacquiao landed significantly more, there really wasn't any other way to see this. Manny Pacquiao took him to school, giving testament to Broner's mental strength and chin. Understanding this, why? Why would Adrian Broner feel this way? Have you ever written a test and came out feeling like you did way better than you actually did? You look at your mark and you're shocked by the result because you studied, you trained very hard, and by the end of the test, you answered most of the questions, even though at times, sure, it felt like you struggled here and there. That seems to be what's happening here, and I do not blame him. At the highest levels of most competitive sports, athletes do not really know what is happening. They're just kind of moving off of instinct, articulating the drills they've hammered into their being over and over again. Broner likely had a game plan, the same narrative in his mind to wait and counter Pacquiao as he advanced, to pull Pacquiao's aggression into the counter. This was doing okay, but the volume of setups and strikes paired with the speed at which Pacquiao entered, basically, there were just too many layers. The Manny's game executed too quickly for Adrian's strategy to work, enough at the time. Manny Pacquiao played an intelligent numbers game with his speed advantage overwhelming Broner's ability to gauge which nearly had shots find their mark. This actually lies in perfect accordance with the stats. Pacquiao almost doubling the number of strikes Broner threw, overwhelming that countering strategy, thus landing a higher percentage of strikes and power strikes overall. But that is where I also believe Broner felt like he won. Even though Manny had a higher percentage land, the fact that he mitigated 456 strikes, it is not delusional to recognize Broner as a world-class athlete. Thus, with his narrative of not getting hit, I'm sure he felt he did exceptionally well. He stood in front of a massive flurry of strikes and did well dealing with the majority of them. Pair that with the fact that he came out relatively lucid at end. That's where I see this dissonance occurring. You cannot recall every shot that occurred. You're in the moment. All of your cognitive faculties are geared in the zone. Your game, your style. Thus, with Broner's game, he may have lost the boxing bout, but he definitely did exceptionally well in not getting hit. You all saw Broner getting clipped hard to the body and chin a few times. Now, consider this. It took over 500 dangerous Manny Pacquiao shots to land just those few. World-class athlete. This, of course, does also shed light on Manny Pacquiao. Let's entertain this for a moment. He's a 40-year-old man who threw over 500 relentless punches in a sport where athletes on average retire 10 years after their debut. It's a ruthless sport with a very high physical demand, yet here he is, going and going and going every time, uniting the Philippines as he does, to the point where there is not one incident of crime each day he is on. The streets are empty, with the people united, showing their pride for a member of their own. If there is divinity in this world, it must have sent Manny Pacquiao to unite his people, because he keeps doing just that, accomplishing feats in this sport that are just unheard of. But now, second point.
Everybody out there know I beat him. I controlled the fight. He was missing.
Broner said he controlled the bout. What does that even mean? What he's referring to is ring generalship, and it is more of a subjective term. The ability of a boxer to dictate the pace, style, and tactics of a bout in relation to his opponent. It is one of the four elements used to judge the outcome of a bout alongside effective aggression, clean punching, and defense. A lot of people said Canelo won the first bout versus Triple G because of ring generalship. His style of moving on the back foot, pulling in aggression to counter once his opponent steps into the pocket. He was doing that very well. Whereas, the majority saw the reverse. They argued Triple G clearly won the ring generalship of the first bout because he forced Canelo onto the back foot, effectively executing his high-pressure aggressive style. You can already see why this is getting confusing. One likes to back up and counter, and the other likes to step forward and pressure. Thus, their styles and how they control their opponents act in harmony with each other. But due to the subjective nature of this judging tool, one can look at the glass half empty or half full. Manny's aggressive and high pressure. He likes to overwhelm you with speed and volume, which often has you on the back foot. In Broner's mind, he wanted to counter off the back foot, moving backwards and finding his window. That was his game plan. In his mind, because Manny was walking forward into his countering style, he was controlling him. Glass half empty, half full. It was pretty obvious to those watching that, in fact, Broner didn't have much choice but to back up. Manny was effectively aggressive, landing more shots than Broner. Pacquiao innately hitting more and getting hit less in proportion to Broner. I'm sure if Broner were to watch his bout over, he'd be a little less concrete about his victory. This, though, does shed light on a question that has been debated for a very long time. Say you have two people who both like to back up. What happens then? Some would eventually have to come forward out of their stall, otherwise there would be no altercation. Does that mean the person who decided to come forward has now played into the game of the person backing up? He'll likely be less effective aggressively because he's played out of his style, which now innately puts him down there as well. To that, what do you believe is the solution to this? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. So, we know Manny did a better job controlling the bout. Adrian did a great job making Manny miss, but he did not hit him clean more times.
He was missing. I hit him clean more times.
With that, to those who saw the bout, it was relatively intuitive that Manny Pacquiao won. But here is where Broner was truly hit hard. I do not believe he was hit any harder than in this one moment.
3-3-1 in your last 7 fights. What will you do next?
Hey, I'm 3-3-1 my last 7, but I'll be 7-0 against you.
Well, that wouldn't mean much.
I'm just having fun, guys. If you'd like more from me, please subscribe and hit the notifications. Thank you if you did. Smash the like button if you enjoyed. It's good karma. And until next time, peace.